Hey everyone, I'm Mandy from Gardin.
And I'm Matt, and we're talking rice hulls.
Yes, we're going to cover the 11 things that we love about rice hulls when we garden. All right, our number one favorite thing about rice hulls for gardening is aeration. Rice hulls are absolutely incredible at adding porosity or making the soil more porous, which not only allows your roots to kind of stretch out, but it also prevents them from becoming waterlogged and therefore not thriving.
Number two, it breaks down over time. Now, I'm going to put an asterisk next to that one because if you're trying to replace rice hulls with perlite, like if you're a cocoa perlite grower, you might not love the results because it does break down. It's not always going to be aeration, especially if it's saturated. That being said, if you're someone like us who likes to reuse your soils, it's amazing because as it breaks down, it releases silica, which is great for your plants. It feeds microbes, particularly fungi, which is awesome for your soil. And it's just a healthy way, and you can just add more rice hulls each round and just refresh your soil back to start. And related to that, number three, it's pH neutral or close to it. It's not going to mess with your pH like a lot of inputs like peat, let's say, which is going to become more and more acidic as it breaks down over time.
Number four is that it helps to keep pests out, and it does this in a couple of ways. One, when you use it as a mulch layer on top, because it's a hydrophobic, it doesn't like to absorb water as a mulch layer on top. It's very dry. So flying pests like fungus, gnats, when they come to find wet soil to lay their eggs, they don't have anywhere to lay them because instead they find this dry layer of rice hulls and they move along. Two, because they're kind of scratchy and waxy, bugs or pests like snails and slugs don't like to climb over them because they don't like the way it feels, so they also won't bother your plants.
Number five, it keeps light out. It keeps your roots cool, which is amazing in the summertime. You know, you put your containers out, and if you have dark soil sitting up there, it's cooking that soil, cooking your roots out. And because of the rice hull color, it reflects the light out, stays dry, but keeps all that moisture and coolness right at your roots.
Number six, it improves watering. So a rice hull layer on top prevents water when you water from splattering happening or compression, which therefore prevents runoff or inefficient watering and just makes your whole job easier every time you water your plants.
Number seven, it's super lightweight, which is awesome when you're dealing with it and shoveling it and filling big bags, but also because it allows seeds to push right through. So I cover my seedlings, even grass seed, I'll reseed a portion of my lawn. And while it'll keep most of the weed seeds out from getting to the soil, it keeps all the seeds underneath, maintains moisture under, and they'll pop right through as healthy and easy as can be.
Number eight, it helps to keep your fruit dry. So if you have a plant like strawberries that like to kind of bend over and have their fruits rest on the damp soil, it's a really easy way to get rotting and mold. But if you have a dry layer, a layer of rice hulls, let's say, the fruit then stays on top of that dry layer and they're less likely to go bad. Number nine, it's organic, and I mean that in both sense of the word. The rice hulls that we carry here at the shop are actually OMRI listed, so you can use them as a true organic input for organic gardening. But second of all, it's an organic input, so it's actually made of something that was once living, so it'll break down over time, providing all of that good food for bugs and a great addition to your compost or soil.
And number 10, it is incredibly sustainable. It is a champion amongst organic products because it is literally a waste product of the rice industry. So these farmers, when they're done, producing rice, they need to figure out what to do. And rather than winding up in landfills as a waste input somewhere to a landfill, you're using it in your gardens. And that leads me to number 11. Because it's a waste product, it's super cheap. We sell it for $38 for these big bales that expand to 7 cubic feet. Incredible.
Thanks so much for joining us. Like and subscribe to get tons more great tips about our other favorite gardening inputs.
And we know there's tons of other uses for rice hulls, so please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear and make a whole other video of a dozen more.